Hey there, guy. Okay. Okay, hey there, guys, and welcome back to Tips and Tricks for Shock Troopers. Today, Shock Trooper is the leader of the Lancer Legion. Yes, the leader, because that's how I like to think of this guy. The Trench Trooper. The Trench Trooper is equipped with an automatic, I guess. Well, not really automatic, it's semi-automatic, but if you can click fast enough, won't really matter what's in front of you. So this guy, he is all part of his kit is meant to be close to his friends and close to the enemy. His shotgun deals 370 damage, enough to one-shot any shock. But that's not all. His bayonet, assuming you are synergized, will cleave through multiple enemies. Along with that, it dealing 450 damage. Now, why is that amount of damage needed? I was wondering the same thing, until I realized fellow, fellow Jesus, fellow trench troopers have a melee resistance, also assuming that you are synergized. So this is to bypass the melee resistance. Now, on for its kit, of course, being the shotgun and the bayonet. He's also a flag bearer. Now, what does the flag bearing ability do? Just like normal Lancer, assuming that you play normal Lancer, because I do, and I love him. It's actually the first class that I ever really picked up. So I have him to thank for my fun times. Little beak. Assuming that you do know, if you press T while holding the heavy lance, raise your flag high, inspiring morale all nearby. Now, when it comes to flag bearing, people within 75 studs will automatically get that morale. No need to wave around your gun or anything, because you shouldn't do that in real life, especially with this thing attached. So first tip, be close. Be as close as you can without going over. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, normally, since you're a shock trooper, you usually want to stay far back. But because you don't have to be synergized with this, but Trench Trooper has an invulnerable helm, except with AT, just like normal Lancers. Doesn't matter if you're synergized or not. Now, the scary thing about him is obviously his close range capabilities, and what I mean by getting close but not too far over is being you want to be in the middle of combat, but you don't want to be in an open zone. You also want it to be in the caves, which is just like Flamer, which we will cover. Maybe next one. Maybe. You never know. Anyways, so first tip, be close but don't go over. Get in, melee range is something that you just kind of don't have to be in, but is very willing to be in when it comes to this shock trooper. Now, doesn't matter if you're synergized or not, but you also have a charge. It is very much suggested that you do not use it. Now, why would I want to use the charge? It's just like Lancer's charge. It insta-kills, and since you're synergized, it cleaves through multiple people, just like regular melee. Because of what you just saw. You get knocked down, and you have serious end lag even if you don't hit a wall or a cave or rock. So it just leaves you open. But this is the part where being close to your friendlies also gets better. Now, if you do end up getting into a charge, which you really shouldn't, I have seen a trench trooper die multiple times trying to charge someone and them failing. Your teammates are there to assist you. They are there to also kill enemies right in front of you, along with you. And they also should be close to you. This goes for anybody else that doesn't want to be a trench trooper. Be close to your trenches, because you're missing out on a major part of their kit, the morale boost. And also being near them also just helps them survive, just like regular shocks in general. Being close to your shock trooper will make sure they survive longer. Of course, unless that there's a dread, at which point you need to be a van and block all the bullets, literally stand in front of them, be their wall. Which, vanguards, I love you. Mwah. Anyways, buff vanguards, please, because they desperately need it. That one passive of their helmet only. Like, sure, Lancer has a passive about his helmet, but he also has a passive about the damage resistance. His only passive to himself is a bit better helmet. Like, tell me how that's fair. Anyways, beyond that, second tip, be a shock hunter. Your shotgun does enough damage to one-shot other shocks, along with melee. And you have the ammo. You are a crowd clearer. You have one less ammunition than base Hellion. Oh, base Hellion, not Heavian. So, utilize it. You also have an incredibly fast reload. So, also make use of that. And also an incredibly better reload, because instead of loading all the bullets at once, like like Bulwark or Jesus, it's the Stormtrooper or Stormtrooper, where you have to reload the entire magazine. You reload shells individually, which means boom, boom. So use that to your advantage. Make them think you're reloading. Stop, shoot them a couple times, melee them, make sure they don't get close. The whole fact that you can stop the reload is part of the reason why I can survive so long. I once survived for an entire Dread round, of course that being my team, who had Dread, even though I had like 3 guys on top of me, because I could stop the reload and melee them. So be mindful of your reload, because it is extremely helpful. That is tip 2. Now tip 3, if you know there's an AT, ask your friendlies to deal with it. Because you cannot, and I do mean cannot, poke your head out onto any open ground as long as there is an AT around. Because that one shot is way too good. And it's probably the only real way to kill you as a trench trooper. The most common way you're going to kill a shock trooper, knock off the helm and then knock off the head. But with trench, you can't knock off the helm, so you kind of need an AT. So make sure your ATs are taken care of along with that. Now, that is all I have. So, and also I only really bring this guy out when there's a Lancer Legion happening. It is really funny and really cool to lead a whole lot of Lancers. I will post a picture if you guys subscribe and comment down below you want to see how many Lancers I was able to rack up in one server of 16 people. So yeah, subscribe. Please have a nice rest of your day, and bye-bye.